Gonna go left. I scanned the room with the flashlight, and in the far corner I saw Shurik. Oh God, he's terrified. Shurik, doubled up and all trembling over. Shurik. Who is that? He stammered. Shurik, I've been looking for you for all night, and you're just sitting here? Get up. I'm not going anywhere. He started quietly, but with every word his voice gained strength until he was shouting at the top of his lungs. No! I won't go with you anywhere. You don't exist. You aren't here anyway. It's a hallucination. It's unscientific. Yeah, unscientific. What do you mean by you aren't here? We were here. We are. We came searching for you. This had remained silent until now, but then she let go of my hand and took a few steps toward Shurik. What are you doing? I asked quietly. She hesitated for a moment, but proceeded as if not hearing me. Finally, having come close to the pioneer, Alyssa fetched him a scathing slap across the face. You! We nearly died while searching for you those damn woods at night. That bomb sheltered these frickin' mines. I've worn massive bruises thanks to you. And you know what? You're just hanging out, drinking booze and seeing pink spiders, you bastard? Shurik stared at her with a bemused look. Now then, get your ass up and move. No. I began to whisper quietly. No. Somewhere deep inside me, on the very edge of my awareness, I got a feeling that something really bad was going to happen now. It happened. A premonition, intuition, or just an analysis of the situation. From the way Shurik was sitting, or the expression on his face, hinted at his following actions. Fuck! And probably all that together, I rushed to Alyssa, the lightning furiously jumping all over the room and highlighting Shurik's face for a second, twisted with madness. He was wielding a metal rod, and if I had been a moment too late, he would definitely have smashed in Alyssa's head with it. But I made it. Everything was like a dream. The distant shadow of a girl, a hollow thud, the flashlight going out, and the eerie silence, except for the heavy breathing of Shurik. It took me a while to come to my senses. What are you doing, you jerk? I checked my arm and it felt okay. The blow landed on the flashlight. So now we were in complete darkness. You won't get it. You won't get me. Shurik's hysterical laughter was quickly fading away in the distance. Hey, where are you going? Get back here now. You won't get. The yell vanished into the distance. What a freak. I've tried to fix the flashlight in the darkness. No way. Shurik had smashed it into pieces with his rod. Then I suddenly thought of Alyssa. You okay? I heard a quiet sob, and at the same instant I felt her embrace, hugging me tightly. Okay. It's all over now. Everything's fine. In fact, nothing was fine, but I needed her to get a grip of herself. Otherwise, we stood no chance of getting out of here alive. I tenderly caressed her head. I wonder, Alyssa crying, is that a funny thing? Maybe in different circumstances. I'm scared. It's okay. I'm scared too. I noticed this strong and sudden transformation in Alyssa. But what the heck? Anyone would be scared in these circumstances. Moreover, she's a girl. Why aren't I scared? No, not scared. Why am I able to keep my mind clear and speak sense? Might it be because I have to worry about more than just myself? Okay, come on, we have to get out of here anyway. Hold on, just a sec, said Alyssa quietly, and the room became illuminated by the dim flicker of a lighter's flame. Where did that come from? The statue. She forced a gentle smile and handed me the lighter. Alright. I quickly swept my eyes over the room, searching for something that could be used as a torch. There were some tattered rags and a rod among the debris on the floor. One of the bottles contained some liquid that smelled like industrious alcohol. For better or for worse, in a minute I was holding something that resembled a flaming torch in my hands. I don't know how long it will last, so we gotta move quickly. Where to? Alyssa seemed to be returning to her senses. Let's go back. At least we'll reach the bomb shelter. For one thing, there's light there. She gave me a quiet nod and took my hand. Thank God we didn't have to navigate that whole fucking thing. The torch was burning poorly. We had to reignite it every other minute. One didn't have to be an oracle to predict an extremely short lifespan for that rag we were using. I became more and more afraid that we wouldn't leave the darkness in the mine. You couldn't rely too much on just the lighter. However, we reached the hole that led up to the catacombs quite fast. Seems I have memorized the route after all. Thank you, Simeon, for not making me go through that shit. We struggled to get up, scrambling over the rocks almost blindly. Okay, where are we going now? Asked Alyssa, getting her breath back. What do you mean? We're going to the room with the bunks and cabinets. Which way is that? I opened my mouth to reply, but suddenly realized that I had not the slightest idea because I had forgotten everything. It's this way, you idiot. See, that way looks blocked. It's this way. The hole looked the same from all sides. Just like the walls, the floor, and the ceiling, we had not a single hint to indicate the right direction. Well? Don't you know? Alyssa asked sadly and sat on the ground. No. I replied quietly, put out the torch to preserve it, and sat next to her. Are we gonna die here? She rested her head upon my shoulder. Alyssa's voice sounded flat. One might even say calm, but I could feel that her body was trembling, either with cold, or with fear, or with both combined. Don't be silly. Sure, things are getting worse, but they're still pretty far from we're gonna die. They will come and rescue us in the morning. All the damaged children will call the police, so I would love to believe that myself. I see. Yeah. I lost track of time sitting there. I was afraid to go forward or backward. I was afraid to make a choice, as our torch definitely wouldn't last both ways. Wandering in total darkness without any source of light was definitely worse than waiting for the rescue here. This way, at least, we would have some light left for an emergency. Suddenly, a rumbling started echoing in the distance. Well, here's that emergency. That was definitely the clank of the door's bolts mixed in that rumbling. Get up. I harshly pulled Alyssa to her feet and lit the torch with shaking hands. What is it? She asked in dismay. I don't know, but it seems there is someone we have to run. To be honest, I wasn't sure that it was such a good idea. What if the mad Shurik is here? In fact, that's the least of all the evils I can imagine. But we had no choice left. Stones scattered beneath our feet. I desperately tried not to fall down, holding my hand with the torch out in front and dragging Alyssa with the other. She ran along in silence, breathing heavily. I really wanted to look back at her, but didn't have the strength or time. Finally, the outline of the open door appeared before us, and I leaped into the bomb shelter, readying myself to fight any foe that was there. But the room was empty. I swept my eye across the room, trying to spot hidden monsters, Shurik, or any other evil entity. It was all exactly the same as it was the first time we'd been here. Except for the door. The second door. It was open. Somebody's passed... wait, no, that's me. Ugh. Somebody's passed through here. I spoke up triumphantly. Who? Dunno. Maybe it was Shurik. How did he manage to open it? Who the hell cares? Come on. There was another corridor behind that door. It was ascending slowly. So we're getting close to the surface. I was right. After several hundred feet, I stumbled upon a ladder leading up to a small hatch in the ceiling. It didn't take much effort to open it. What's up there? Who cares? It's better than staying down here anyway. Oh, God. I climbed the ladder and found myself surrounded by gloom. However, this gloom was definitely lighter than the darkness of the catacombs. As my eyes got more used to it, the outlines of the walls, the ladder, and the door leading to the outside were merging in the pale moonlight. I helped Alyssa to climb up, and we literally sprang out of the building. The exit from the catacombs was located in some sort of ruined building that resembled either a nursery or a country school. It must be the old camp. Alyssa sat on one of the swings and wiped the sweat from her forehead with the back of her hand. I see. So we found it after all. I smiled involuntarily. What are you laughing at? She frowned and pointed with displeasure. To put it shortly, she'd returned to her usual self. So it's not so scary here anymore. I wasn't scared there either. Oh, come on. That's right, I wasn't. Ah, whatever. I was angry. I really felt hurt because of Alyssa. If not for me, she would still have been down there in that damn mine. Where are you going? She asked in a less self-assured voice as I turned away and walked slowly towards the camp. Back to the camp. Hey! Alyssa jumped up right away and started to walk next to me. For a moment I wanted to say something nasty, but I wasn't ready to start the next argument. We found the path we had taken before surprisingly fast, even the 2 holes we'd fallen into. It was only about 200 meters from the old camp. Huh. I have never been so happy to be in the square. I stopped at the square and turned to Alyssa. Well. She looked uncertain, even more confused. Then. Sure. Deep inside I wanted to yell at her, to scold her, even to insult her. On the other hand, I wanted to have a meaningful conversation. In the end, I just kept silent, turned around, and slowly headed towards the leader's cabin. But something persistently disturbed the quiet of the night. I came and listened to it and realized that it was the snoring of Shurik, who was sleeping peacefully on the bench like a bitch. Hey! I called Alyssa, who hadn't walked too far away. Get up, you! Shurik slowly came to his senses and stared at us blankly. Oh, is it morning already? Morning? Yeah, sure. Sometimes one acts first, thinks later. Of course, it all starts in the brain, and the current comes through the neural links, thereby transmitting the command to the body. But sometimes the subconsciousness just works faster than the consciousness. That's exactly when I first swung and smacked Shurik in the guts, and it was only then that I realized what I'd done. He coughed, trying to catch his breath, and writhed in pain on the bench. What the hell was that all about? I already felt bad about it. I shouldn't have treated him so rough. What are you talking about? Shurik looked at me in shock. In the mine. What mine? He turned his head, completely confused. And why am I here? And why are you there? Stop fooling around! Alyssa barged into the conversation. You nearly killed me there! And now you're gonna pretend like nothing happened? What happened? You really don't remember. Not a thing. Okay, so what is the last thing you remember? Shurik tried to concentrate. Well, I was on my way to the old camp in the morning. I knew I could find some hardware for the rope out there, so... And that's all. I don't recall anything since then. Then I just woke up here. I let out a heavy sigh as I turned away. Well, go ahead. Sweet dreams. Hey, where are you? I ignored Lissa and stumbled away to the Olga Dimitrovna's cabin. She stayed, arguing with Shurik. I sat in the deck chair and looked up at the stars. This night, they seemed to be brighter than usual. Perhaps they seemed so because not too long ago my only source of light was a dim flashlight, and then that torch. Stars are brighter than a flashlight and obviously a torch. Most of the stars, I guess, are even brighter than the sun, but they're so far away. So, why have you come? I asked without even turning my head. Alyssa's footsteps could be heard well in advance in the silence of the night. Well, What did Shurik say? He said that he doesn't remember anything, that it's unscientific and nonsense like that. I think he really doesn't remember because of shock and stress. Who am I to say? I was in the same boat not too long ago. I am still in it, though. Do I have amnesia? Well then, why did you come here? Then I guess I knew the answer. That's exactly why I hadn't gone to sleep but waited for her here. Well, Alyssa sat down next to me. Kind of wanted to thank you. After all, down there, you know. No problem, I said gently and leaned back. Well, alright then. She got up and was going to go. If you think that I'm angry with you, I'm not. Everything's okay. I didn't actually think that. Alyssa got worked up. Fine then. Okay. Yeah. Then. Just go already, I said kindly and waved my hand. I'll go when I want to go. So now you don't want to. I want to. Well, is something preventing you from going? Moron! Alyssa stamped her foot and quickly walked away from the witch's cabin. I took a deep breath and stood up. My head was terribly dizzy from fatigue. Well, at least Olga Dimitrievna is sleeping already, and I won't have to explain anything. However, it wasn't that easy. The camp leader was standing in the Rose room and was obviously preparing for a lengthy conversation, or rather for a debriefing. Would you care to explain? What's the matter? In fact, you didn't mind when we were going to search for Shurik? And what have you found him? It looks like she was more concerned about me coming back late than the fate of the lost pioneer. Yes, we have. By the way, why are you standing here in the darkness? What? I said, why in the darkness? Because it's time to sleep. I couldn't agree with her more, although I was slightly surprised by such an abrupt mood swing. I just barely stumbled into my bed and collapsed on it without undressing. But still, Alyssa. I just didn't know what I should think of her. It wasn't because she'd been acting strange recently. No, on the contrary. All of her behavior was quite consistent and understandable. Even her returning to thank me. I thought of Alyssa much more than anything else that happened that night. Although, if you get down to it, there was nothing supernatural about it. Uncomfortable, sure. Frightening, even spine-chilling, sure. Something related to my arrival here, hardly. These thoughts put me to sleep. I have survived day 4. That was shit. All I want is not to let her go.